If you've got a layabout husband that sits around all day and you don't know what to do about it because they're not motivated to work, and then what you find yourself doing is you do all the work for them. Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name is Natasha Williams, and I'm a transformation coach. My goal is to help as many people as I can to raise their vibration. And to do that, I help you to heal your past so that you can create a life that is peaceful and joyous. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then subscribe to my channel so that I can give you more tools and techniques, including meditations and things you can do right now at home to start changing your life. Years ago, I used to work really long hours. I would get up early in the morning, drop my son off at creche, work the whole day, fetch him, go home at night. And sometimes I would be working, my husband might fetch him from school. Then I would work in the evening, pack up, everyone would go home. And there was a point in my life that I didn't even see the sun. I left in the morning and I got home at about 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And the next morning I woke up and I lived on a beautiful farm. We had thorn bushes and wildlife around us. It was beautiful, but I never got to see it. And my husband was standing on the balcony, drinking a cup of coffee and enjoying the view, smelling the coffee. And I was so mad. I phoned my friend. I said, I just want to drive a knife through this man's heart. I was so angry. And what actually happened was the penny dropped because I realized that I was working so hard to provide for us as a family. And he was getting all the benefits. And he was never going to step up to allow me to relax, because if he did that, then I wouldn't be the one lying in bed or drinking my coffee, and he'd be the one working. And he had no intention of doing that. And something, that aha moment happened where I realized that has got to stop. And from that day, I stopped paying for his car. I mean, I paid for everything, which was ridiculous, right? I mean, I was doing all of that. So I was paying his car and his cell phone, his insurance, and all of the time he said to me, you're the one who has this need. I don't need it. And I thought, well, if you don't need it, then why am I paying for it? And it took me a long time to extricate myself from that. But a few years ago, I actually did a study with some ladies. I was writing a book, and I wanted to find out what is the thing that makes a person actually finally decide to leave, and what is actually making you stay. And a lot of people stay out of guilt, and they feel guilty because they've heard some sob story from a guy years ago about how he had a bad childhood, and that they told the girl early on in their relationship so that she would feel sorry for him and say, I don't want to ever do that to you. I'm not that person. I'll never do that to you. And that's how they buy your loyalty. That's how they get you roped in, because you've been through such a hard time. You know what it's like. So you don't want anybody to have to go through that again because of something you did. But the truth of the matter is they are adults now. Unless they're prepared to pull their weight, just like you did, they're not going to change the situation. So what you need to do is get over the guilt. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to get over the guilt so that you don't have to be giving to somebody that's a bottomless pit, because they're never going to stop taking from you. So the first thing you want to realize is it's your guilt. It has nothing to do with the other person. It's about you not letting somebody down. And you've got to take a real hard look at your situation, because are you letting them down, or are they letting you down? At the end of the day, everybody's responsible for their own well-being. You contribute your share, they need to contribute theirs. And the more you give, the more you're enabling. And I actually call it a form of arrogance almost. Because what happens is when we give to somebody and we think they can't give to them, what happens is you thinking, I am able, they are not able. I am capable, they are not capable. And you're actually lowering their ability to take care of themselves. Does that make sense? And when you do that, you're actually causing yourself to say, I'm better than them. And I'm better than them, therefore I can do it and they can't. So what you need to do is step back. You need to say, I'm not better than them. I can only be the best person that I can be. And they need to be the best person they can be. So a very easy thing you can do in the relationship is say, I take my part in it and I give you yours. And it's the most loving thing you could do is to give it back to them. Say, this is yours. This is not mine. And allow them to step up. And sometimes they need a bit of help. Sometimes they need a bit of time. But if you just jump in and start doing it already for them because you have a need to have it done, you have a need to have it done now, have it done properly, you're going to stop them from being able to contribute. And the more you give, the less they are able to give, the more the discrepancy goes. So you eventually land up making that gap so wide that they're not able to actually meet you halfway. So I would like for you to just step back and say, the guilt that I have is to do with my worthiness, my deserving. I don't deserve to live. I don't deserve to exist. I don't deserve to have love. Those are things that you need to work on in yourself. And I'm actually busy putting together a free download for you where you can work through that for yourself. So if you just click on the link below, you'll be able to sign up to my newsletter and I'll send it to you as soon as I get it. If you sign up to this video is already and I've already released it, well, then you'll be able to access it straight away. But just post in your comments, what is the thing that made you decide to leave? What was it about? I'd be curious to know, what is it that that guy did or woman did that eventually made you click? It's like an aha moment that made you say, I've had enough.